We're down to the countdown. Oh.
I'm Derek Johnson, President and CEO of the NAACP, this nation's largest and oldest civil rights organization. Over the last year, we have seen and felt the power of our freedom fighters, organizers, and youth warriors who continue to lead the struggle for social justice. In 2019, we established the NAACP Activist and Youth Activist of the Year Awards to recognize 2 NAACP members for their work and commitment to social justice.
The first ever NAACP Activist of the Year Award went to Teresa Haley. The NAACP Youth Activist of the Year Award went to Australia Coleman. Let's continue to show them our appreciation.
I want to thank my parents, especially my mom, for coming out here with me today. I also want to thank the Central Michigan University NAACP chapter for allowing me to build my foundation within the organization. In addition to Central Michigan, the Michigan State Conference Youth and College Division for giving me my voice and allowing me to see my potential. So thank you all. Thank you NAACP for giving me this award.
Wow, this is truly an honor and a blessing. I do want to thank God, first of all. I think about what is your purpose in life, and my purpose has always been to serve God, my family, and my community. If you don't know your history, Springfield, Illinois, where I'm from, is the home of the 1908 race riots that led to the establishment of the NAACP. I ask that you all continue to support this historical organization. It has done so much for so many people out here today.
We will again recognize outstanding member activists for their visionary and unrelenting efforts. I invite every branch, youth council, college chapter, and state conference to participate by submitting a member to be considered for this prestigious honor, which will once again be awarded during the 52nd NAACP Image Awards.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, delegates to the 111th Annual Convention of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and particularly elected delegates who are serving in each of the 7 regional meetings for this year's virtual convention. Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Region 4, Region 5, Region 6, and Region 7. Let me welcome you individually and collectively to this series of regional meetings. We come together at an extremely important time in the history of our nation and in the history of our association. We're here this evening to talk about who will be leaders of this association from a regional level going forward. We're here to talk about how we as regions come together and collaborate on the work that we do as the NAACP. And in this year, 2020, we are here to talk about how each of our regions is important in the upcoming election. We understand that all elections are important, but the last 4 years have shown us that the 2020 presidential election and all of the elections on the down ballot are of extreme significance for the lives of Black folk in America. We've decided that we are done dying at the NAACP, and that means that we understand that Black lives do matter. And because Black lives do matter, we have an obligation to make sure that public policy is carried out by people who understand that Black lives matter, people who will work to ensure that Black lives matter, people who understand the significance of not just the statement, but the history of how Black lives are impacted by public policy in this nation. When this virtual convention ends, the real work of the association will begin. You must go back to your units, your college chapters, your youth councils, and ensure that we are out in the streets, ensuring that public policy is done in a way that impacts all of our lives positively. You must ensure that everyone who is eligible to vote is registered to vote and that they are educated on voting and that they get out and vote. 2020 is a major year for us. It's important for you to understand what happens up and down the ballot. Yes, the presidential election is paramount, but you must vote in every election on your ballot, whether it's the dog catcher or whether it's the county sheriff. Your life depends on how you vote. Public policy dictates whether or not you will live or die. It's important for you to understand that you elect the people who make and carry out public policy. We're done dying. Black lives matter.
Hello and welcome NAACP family. I'm Karen Boykin-Towns and it is my honor to serve as the Vice Chairman of the NAACP National Board of Directors. As we begin our regional meetings for our beloved organization, I'd like to take this moment to thank you for your willingness to play a significant role in what remains the foundation of the NAACP, fighting for equality during these uncertain times. Black voices from throughout the country have made it known that enough is enough and that we are done dying. But those proclamations must ultimately be supported by actions and solutions that bring about sustainable change for the Black community. The decisions reached over the next few days will help in establishing our NAACP positions on issues that impact our communities and in charting the course for a future that we can all look forward to. I'm honored and proud to serve alongside each of you during such a defining moment for our country. There is no finer time to bring about the change our people need in this moment. So let's recommit ourselves by starting today and making the impact that's needed. Again, I thank you for your commitment and welcome.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Derek Johnson, President and CEO of the NAACP. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 111th NAACP National Convention and to this very important regional meeting. Over the last 3 years, I've had the honor of serving as president and CEO of this extraordinary organization. And over the past few months in particular, I have never been prouder of the efforts of this association and its members, including you, who have done incredible work to push our communities forward. 2020 has been an unprecedented year of reckoning for our nation. It has been built primarily on one word throughout our community: resilience. The Black community has shown undeniable power and resilience in the face of glaring adversity yet again. From the disproportionate impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has highlighted economic and health disparities, to systematic racism that has spread about this country for centuries, our plight has been challenged at every turn. Yet with determination, zeal, and fortitude that can only be found within our community, we forge ahead. We fight forward. Our proclamation of "we are done dying" must always be met with action that bring about changes our families, communities, and this country deserves in order to live up to its constitutional provision that all men and women are created equal. I'm grateful for this opportunity to serve with you, but even more, I'm excited about the future because of you. Again, welcome. Thank you for all that you do. Let's continue the fight. Let's continue to work to ensure democracy work for all.
Hello, I'm Michael Turner, Chair of the Convention Planning Committee and member of the NAACP National Board of Directors. Thank you for participating in your regional meeting. Your role in our amazing organization is important, as today you will discuss and vote on important positions for your region. Thank you for doing your duty as a proud member of the NAACP. I'm honored to serve with you as we fight to improve, protect, and change our communities. Let's go to work. We are done dying.
Mr. Brown, I know your internet connection may be sketchy, but you're ready to go.
I'm ready.
The floor is yours.
Good evening, Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm very honored and privileged as your outgoing chair of Region 1 to greet you and to say, first of all, we should utter the words of Charles Wesley. And are we yet alive and see each other's face? Glory and thanks be given to our Creator, for our Creator's almighty grace. And we should not begin this regional conference without pausing to remember those who are not unfortunately alive. We invoke the names of our late, ardent, loving, courageous, and very able member who hails from Los Angeles, California, Gwen Moore. We add to that list John Lewis, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the Reverend C.T. Vivian. And indeed, there are others. The conscience dictates that these freedom fighters should hover over our proceedings this evening. And now I would entertain a motion that we adopt the agenda as presented electronically.
So moved,
Is
Mr.
there a-
Chair.
Is
Second,
there a
Mr.
second?
Second, Mr. Chair. Alice
It's
Huffman.
been moved up. It's been moved and properly seconded that we will adopt the agenda as presented electronically. Is that the question? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by the usual sign of aye.
Aye. Oh, how do we?
You have to unmute. Aye.
Aye.
Hold up your hand if you can't hear.
There's
For the
actually
approval of,
there's actually a poll in front of you. You can click, you can select yay, nay, or abstain.
Carmen, who made the motion? I couldn't hear the name.
Sir.
Alfonso.
Alfonso made the motion, Sister Thomas.
Thank you.
And I seconded it.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Alice Huffman.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone voted? Thank you. It's unanimous. And now we move to the approval of the election of our ensuing chair.
Mr. President, I think,
Mr. Chairman.
I call it Mr. Chairman. I think
He said, Mr. President.
I said, Mr. President, well, you know, you can want to be. I think we
All
agreed, we agreed that we want to take all of the members that were in last year and put them in again because of the difficulty in selecting them new members. And I think that included you.
Well, if that is,
Support.
is that the consensus? Someone make the motion.
The new chair is Charles Fornell.
You didn't hear me, did you?
Yes.
That's what we agreed to do.
All right.
What is the pleasure of the body regarding the chair?
Mr. Chair, I move that that all persons retain their current positions except the ones that we have to fill, which are vacancies. We have to refill the national board members.
We only have to do the national, but I second the motion.
Point of clarification, Mr. Brown.
The motion been made that we will retain the present officers except those who are to serve on the national board. Is that the question?
Point of clarification, Mr. Brown.
Yes, sir.
Does that also include the members of the committees, as well as our sergeant at arms, et cetera? Is that all inclusive? So I looked to the maker of the motion.
The motion indicated
yes,
the calendar that does include, with the exception of the board members, the national board.
Point of clarification. The only addition is that you have to select a youth member to the resolutions committee.
Okay, we will do that.
Well, we will have to do that. Thank you. Are there other questions? If not, all in favor of the motion, let it be known by voting.
Aye. Oh. Aye. Oh, I forgot, we have a voter.
We have the ballots came up to vote. Submit your vote, please, everyone. Is everyone finished?
We have 85 out of 117 votes submitted. If you have not voted, please do so now.
We don't have to go to the polls, we have to get in the line. This is very comfortable for us. So everyone should vote.
I will be closing the polls in 20 seconds. Please vote now if you have not done so already. Okay, I will now be closing the polls.
Are we ready to announce the vote?
Yes, sir, we are.
All right, what is the vote?
With 85% yes, 6% no, 9% abstain, the yes has it.
Thank you very much. We'll go on to the next item. Madam Secretary,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
please call the next item.
The reading of the 2019 minutes.
Do we wish to have the reading, or do we wish to just file the minutes? What's the pleasure of the body?
I move that we just file the minutes. We abstain from reading it because
Jeanetta Williams, second.
It's moved and probably seconded that we would just file the minutes from our previous meeting. Is that the question? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by the usual sign of aye.
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 we've got to,
Voting election.
we got to vote up here. Don't keep asking us, but.
All right, everybody can vote right now. Submit your vote.
Ron?
Madam Clerk, do we have the tally?
You can't get on?
We have 92 votes out of 119. If you have not voted, please do so now. I will be closing the polls in 20 seconds.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with your computer, but just stay on, because you're about coming up next. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I will now be closing the polls. We have a 75% yay, 8% nay, 16% abstain. The yeas have it.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. All right, the next item.
Next item, Mr. Chair, is the regional credential report.
Thank you. Your credential report for this evening, you had 226 delegates and 43 alternates.
Do we have to move approval?
All right, let's move the report approval of our credentials report.
I move approval of the credentials report. Alice Huffman.
Jeanetta Williams, second.
It's moved and probably seconded that we would approve the credentials report. Is that the question? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by voting.
What happened to the,
It's not on.
no,
All right, it's time to vote. Everyone, please submit your ballot. All right. Do we have the vote?
96 votes have been submitted at this time. If you have not voted, please do so now. I will be closing the polls in 20 seconds. I'm now closing the polls. With 85% yay, 2% nay, 13% abstain, the yeas have it.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Next item, Madam Secretary.
The next item, Mr. Chair, is the elections to the national committees.
the national committees,
That's what it's.
No, the National Board.
the national board.
Okay, I was just reading,
National-
I was reading the agenda, I'm sorry. That's what it said.
It's the National Board.
Point of clarification, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Calendar. I believe the motion included the national committees that Mr. Braggs made. So the folks for the Resolutions Committee, the Time and Place Committee, as well as the other committees were returned as by way
That's
of
right.
vote of the body. So it would be the vote of the national board member. And if I could be allowed to make the nomination, Mr. Chair, I would love to do so.
I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, question.
Are we going to send one? member?
Yes. We have one additional one in addition.
No, we're going to send one member for each position forward. Let me do it differently. Let me move that we send one member for each, for the position forward, just one member.
Second, Mr. Chairman, Rick Callender.
Moving probably second that we would send one person forward. Is that the question? Let us now vote.
I'm gone. I can't. You're gone? Yeah, I can't.
For the national.
What did you do? You just. Oh, no, you're not.
Will you please clarify what the poll is for? Thank you.
The vote now is for sending one member forward for the national board. Is that not right?
That's right.
Correct. Yes, Mr.
All right. All those in favor of the item? Let's prepare to vote.
One moment, please, while I launch the poll.
That's okay. You did now. There's no vote up here.
Where's the little?
Little Zoom that it goes with.
There we go.
All right, you may vote now.
Okay, now.
You may vote all of the action. Let's vote yeah or nay.
Okay. All right.
92 votes have been submitted. I will be closing the polls in 20 seconds. Please cast your vote. Okay, I will now close the poll. We have 81% yay, 7% nay, 12% abstain. The yeas have it.
Thank you very much. Next item, Madam Secretary.
The next item,
Yeah, there's one regarding the youth, is that right?
No, we have to vote for this.
You have to vote first.
We have to now
this
need
is
a,
for the person going to the national board.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr.
Mr.
Calvin.
Chairman, I would like to nominate Ron Hassan to return to the national board. So I'd please like to nominate Mr. Ron Hassan. Rick Callender.
All right. Mr. Ron Hassan of Los Angeles has been nominated. Are there further nominations? Are there further nominations? Are there further nominations? The chair has called 3 times. The House is closed on the said name. Mr. Ron Hassan of Los Angeles. All right, next item.
Mr. Chairman, I do believe we need to vote on Mr. Hassan.
But no one else is contending. So it is by acclamation. Unless you all want to vote, you want to go through the process?
No.
Yeah, who said?
Well, I will defer to the chair's wisdom and judgment on what we should do.
No other, I called 3 times. I kept it open.
Yeah.
The card was fair, open, parliamentarian procedure. So non-contested. All right, next item.
Mr. Chair, it would be the youth and college report.
I'm sorry, you have one other item, and it is the youth representative to the resolutions committee that you must fill.
The resolution committee, yes. The House is not nominations of youth
Not on my agenda, so that's fine.
resolutions committee.
Mr. Chair, I nominate Rashana.
Ms. Rashana's last name is, so everyone knows.
Williams.
William.
Ms. Williams.
Shauna Williams, thank you.
Ms. Rashana Williams.
Got it.
Are there further nominations? Are there further nominations? Are there further nominations? The chair has called thrice. No additional nominations have been placed. Therefore, again, by acclamation, she is the person to serve on the committee.
We're recommending her to the board, I believe.
Yeah.
No, it's resolution.
Resolution committee.
For resolutions, it says.
Okay.
All right, next item.
Now, the next item on my agenda says reports for youth and college. Is that where everybody is?
Correct.
Is there a report from the Youth and College Division? Is there a report from the Youth and College Division?
Mr. Chair,
Well,
that report would come from D'Angelique Jackson if she is on the line.
Ms. Jackson, are you present? Ms. Jackson, are you present? Ms. Jackson, are you present? She's not present, so we will obviously not have a report. Next item.
Next item, now we're down to the announcements.
Mr. Chair,
I'm sorry.
Mr. Chair, you left.
Announce.
No, Mr. Chair, you
Yes.
omitted the item, the National Board member and State Conference President's introduction. It's up at item 3.
Well, we will back up, put it in forward gear. All National Board members give us some brief words of felicitation or information. Who's first? Mr. Hussain, are you there?
No, he can't get on his phone. He's listening, but he can't get on.
All right. We can't get on. Next one is Ms. Alice Huffman. Do you have a report?
I don't have a report, but I would like to say good evening to everyone. And this is unusual time. We've all of our meetings that we're supposed to have. I don't have a report ready because I didn't anticipate doing a report, but the report would be overwhelmingly adopted if it were given, because we met all of our requirements. So welcome to this virtual convention, and I hope it's rewarding for you as it will be for me.
Thank you. Who else is that? Where's our youth from the region? Is she present?
Mr. Chair, I'll go when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Good evening, colleagues, and aloha. I don't want you to go without that. Some things we will not allow COVID to stop us from. So I'm so heartbroken that I cannot be there with you in person this year. However, I'm very, very grateful that across the miles, I can see your faces and hear your voices, even see your chat. And I urge all of us to continue to be steadfast. Please continue to be safe. And I pray and look forward to the day that we'll be together again. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Brother Bragg. Thank you very much. I would like to give my comments by commending Brother Rick Callender, who was recently honored with being appointed to the San Jose board. What was it, Brother Callender?
I was recently promoted to the Chief Executive Officer of the Santa Clara Valley Water District, which actually now makes me the highest ranking African American in the nation, providing wholesale water as well as flood protection, and the first African American to be in the CEO's position of this 100-year-old organization, providing wholesale water supply to Silicon Valley. So thank you for the recognition, Brother Brown.
Good.
And you won it in spite of. In spite of the negative force.
Mr. Chairman, you forgot your own.
Divine power was with you. We commend you that you prevailed and you were tough enough to make it through. Ms. Jeanette.
You forgot your remarks.
I made my remarks. I want to hear Ms. Jeanette, and then I will give the closing remarks.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and all of the hardworking members of the NAACP, the oldest and most feared civil rights organization in the country. My name is Jeanetta Williams. I'm the state conference president for Idaho, Nevada, and Utah. And again, like our board member, Mr. Bragg said, we always have been meeting in person for years and years and years. And it's so good to see your faces, although we can't give our normal hugs. Again, thank you for all the hard work that everybody's doing. And we commend you because we know that you're volunteers, but then your work continues 24 hours a day. And so thank you to everybody and good evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My friends, let me say.
No, Mr. Chairman, wait a minute. There's something just before you. Miranda.
Go ahead, Al.
Miranda Henry is trying to get in.
Mr. Henry, where are you?
He's
Not
on
there.
mute, so the technicians will have to unmute him, sir.
One moment, I will give him access now.
And actually, if you don't mind, as you wait, you do have two other state conference presidents who are not on this evening. Mr. Charles Faneuil from the state of Arizona and Mr. Gerald Hankerson from the Alaska, Oregon, Washington State Area Conference.
Well, we acknowledge them and wish them well. Regret that they were not with us. Mr. Henry, where are you?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
From me.
Yes, good evening,
Down
Region
to-
1. Yes, my name is Marina Henry. I have the proud chance of being the member of the National Board of Directors. Welcome, you guys. I know we can't see each other in person, but we have a long road ahead to November 3rd. And so I just keep the faith and make sure you guys sign people up in your communities to help our Black Voters Change Lives campaign. So thank you guys so much and welcome.
Thank you. Congratulations on all your efforts. My friends, Robert Schuller once said, tough times never last, but tough people do. And I trust that this region will be tough enough to, number one, get fire on our bellies so that we shall dump Trump from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
I need not expand on what a difficult, unholy, unconstitutional, unjust climate we are under in this nation. And if that number 45 is able to slide back in, con his way back in, whatever way, the United States of America and this democratic republic is finished. All we have to do is read history. Read how the Roman Empire fell. Read how during the Third Reich, there was a parallel of the stylistic expressions of leadership in Adolf Hitler that we are finding in number 45. This is not being sensational. This is not being a fear mongerer. This is being a realist to say good people, common sense people, just people, and courageous souls must stand up and save the day for our nation. And more importantly, deliver on justice, equality of opportunity for our people and all marginalized people in this nation. So thank you. With 10, we can win. If everybody called 10 people and got them fired up, we shall be able to be a miracle through the hands of our divine maker. God bless you. Have a great evening. We shall stay in touch through technology, I'm sure. Until we meet again, let's fight the good fight and never, never give up.